Okay, so for this question, it says Ron says he can partition 0.34 in more than one way. And we've got here 0.34, which he's partitioned into 0.3. So that's our 3/10, which is our 3/10 and our 400ths. Okay, so he's partitioned it like that. Yeah. If we had our 2/10 from here, we'd need another 1/10 and the 400ths. I'll show you in a minute with the place value grid as well. This last one, we've got 3/10 and 400ths. So if we've got 1/10 there, we need another 2/10 and the 400ths there. Okay. So partitioning is just, you've definitely done this before. You would have done this way down the school with simpler numbers. So for example, you can partition 14. Okay, so you could partition 14, so you've got your 10 could go here and your 4 could go here. Yeah. You could also partition with, if you put 11 here, you would need to put 3 there. So partitioning is just breaking the number, sort of deconstructing it, breaking it down a bit as well. Okay, and with 18, we could partition that to our 10 and our 8. Okay. Now for this one, if we look back on that place value grid, okay, that will help us to remember what each digit represents. So we've got our decimal point here, and on the right of the decimal point, we've got our tenths, and then we've got our hundredths. Okay, so for here, our 0.34 is made up of 3/10 and 400ths. So if we partitioned it, we've got our 3/10 and 400ths, and if we put those two back together and added those back together, we would get 0.34. Okay, another way of doing it is 2/10. Yep, that would still give us one more tenth, which is the 0.1, and then the 400ths. Okay, and this one here, we've got a 0.34, so if we had the 1/10 again, 1/10 here, we still need 2 more tenths and then the 400ths there. Okay, so it's asked you to do the same, so create something which looks like this, but for 0.45 instead. Okay, so if you had 0.45, start off with a really simple one to start with. Okay, so if we did it with 0.1, 1/10 from there, so we've still got 3/10 and our 500ths there. Okay, if we added those two together, we would get our 0.45. If we changed this one to 0.2, we've got 2/10 and 2/10, which makes our 4/10, and then we've got our 500ths there. Okay, and there's lots of different ways that you could choose to partition up 0.45.